Welcome back to Table Talk. I'm Brian Kell. Chris Binkley is the UT Extension Van Buren County Director for the UT Extension office in Spencer. He is here to talk about all the different things that the Extension office has going on throughout the year. Chris, welcome to this table for the first time.
Brian, we appreciate you having us down here. The UT Extension office in Van Buren County has a lot going on.
Yeah.
I mean, we try our best to serve the citizens of Van Buren County by providing them some research-based answers to help Van Buren County improve in youth development, 4-H, agriculture, family consumer sciences, and economic development.
4-H is definitely one of the, we talked about this before you got on the air here with us, but 4-H is definitely, when you think of 4-H, that's the cowbell for you guys, isn't it?
It is probably, that clover is probably the most recognizable symbol in our organization.
Yeah.
And it's one of the most recognizable symbols in America. You know, that youth development that we do is vitally important. You know, the teachers teach standards, and we're very lucky that we have such a good relationship with our school system that they allow us to come in to do 4-H, and we try to take those standards and build life skills. And, you know, life skills like maybe communication.
Yeah.
You know, kids today spend so much time on the old telephones and text. They communicate in characters, and we try to help them put together speeches with our 4th and 5th and 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, and then in our high school we try to get them to organize some thoughts on the fly, some impromptu stuff. So that's just one of the life skills that we try to build.
We're going to be talking about a lot of different things that the Extension office has going on. 4-H, just one of many, but if folks want to get some more information, I would highly recommend going to their website. I think it's vanburen.tennessee.edu.
That's it.
Right.
That's it.
So yeah. So again, vanburen.tennessee.edu. You will get a lot of the stuff that Chris is here to talk about, and so much more. I learned a lot just from your website. So highly would recommend folks going and doing that.
And not only our website, but we would like for people to, if you're a Facebook person, we would like for people to go to our Facebook page, the UT Extension in Van Buren County Facebook page, and like it, because we try to put every event that we have going on up on that Facebook with pictures, because pictures are worth 1,000 words.
They really are.
You know, our staff up there, myself, Miss Paula May, who is our family consumer science and 4-H agent up there also, she does an excellent job. And then Miss Sharon Shockley, who's our administrative assistant, who I cut up with her all the time, tell her I'm just glad she lets me work for her, you know.
The three of you guys, like you said, are the staff, and I guess speaking of three, you've been at the Extension office for 3 years now.
Yes, I started, I'm just about to finish up my 3rd year. I come over from Van Buren County High School, where I was the principal over there, so I'm a local Van Buren, I guess you could say. Yeah. But I made that change because I wanted to get back to agriculture. Because, you know, like in Van Buren County, our agricultural industry is a $5.5 million economic impact on our community. And through this extension job, I'm able to work with those ag producers to help them get some best management practices that will help them improve their farm, which improves our food.
Absolutely. I want to back up just a little bit. We were talking about 4-H and the many things that everybody probably knows, a lot of having gone through school in this area, what 4-H is about. But there's a really interesting part to where business and families can be able to literally help folks, 4-Hers, be able to attain a great experience. Talk about the sponsoring of a 4-H camper.
Well, one of those life skills that we like to teach besides communication is responsibility.
Yeah. And
one of the best ways to get some responsibility is to go to camp. That's a lot of times it's the first experience that these 4-Hers have, that they're away from mom and daddy. They have to keep up with their stuff, and they have to do all the things that they need to do, and it's their responsibility to do it. And we have an awesome program in Van Buren County, which is send a 4-Her to camp. And basically what we do is we ask, beg, plead, whatever we need to do to get a person to sponsor a 4-Her to go to camp. Last year, we raised over $6,000, and we sent roughly 53 campers to Camp Crossville for that experience. And you know, Van Buren County is one of those 17 distressed counties, which means that we're economically challenged. And a lot of these campers would not be able to get this opportunity if it were not for the kindness of others to donate that money. But what we do with that money, though, is, you know, it's roughly $281 is what it cost to go to camp last year. We divide that in half because we want the 4-H'ers to have some responsibility about getting to camp. We don't want to just give it to them. We want them to earn it. So basically, if you want to earn that scholarship, you've got to be active. You've got to participate in all of our contests and club events that we have going on during the school club series. Plus, we want you to help raise some of that money. Because one of our projects that we do is a recycled piggy bank, and we talk to them about the saving that money to go to camp, because that makes it a lot more. You have a lot better feeling about yourself if you've paid for it yourself.
Yeah, if there's been some work put in, some sweat and some sweat equity, I guess, built into that too.
Yes.
Now, I noticed on your website too, and we didn't talk. Are you all still doing the 4-H Congress sponsorship?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Talk a bit about that.
Well, 4-H Congress is probably our premier leadership event in 4-H, and it is where they're in 9th or 10th grade, and they go to Nashville to kind of see how our government runs. And when they go down there as senators and representatives. And they spend about 3 days in Nashville learning all the different ins and outs of government and what makes the government run and how important the citizens are to our government. They dress in the green sweaters. You know, if you've ever been to 4-H Congress, you've either got the green sweater or the white sweater. But if you would like to help us develop these leadership skills and these responsibility skills in these 4-H'ers, we would be great for you to call our office, 946-2435, to donate some money to help us.
We've only got about 5 minutes left, and we've talked a lot about 4-H, and I know that you guys are way more than just 4-H. So talk us through some of the other things that you guys are involved with and that you guys provide for the citizens of Van Buren County.
Well, like I said, I'm part of the agricultural, so you know, I help producers do a better job at what they're producing, whether it be beef cattle, whether it be your garden, whether it be your lawn. You know, if you've got an agricultural question, if you've got, you know, a bug question, that's what our office is here for. Miss Paula May, who is our family consumer science / 4-H agent, deals with the family. You know, she does programs anywhere from Girl Talk, in which she has a program where mothers and daughters come and go through a class where it makes it easier to discuss some of those important topics that they need to be discussing. She does an On My Own program, which is a financial program, simulation in which we put all the seniors through, and we actually did it through our jail program also, to help them make better financial decisions. We do some community economic development stuff. Leadership Van Buren is a big part of that, in which we try to help develop future leaders in Van Buren County. You know, you never can have too many leaders, and that's something that every county needs. So that program helps develop those, and Miss Sharon Shockley does she's the backbone of that program, does an excellent job with it. We also do a jail program, I mentioned it earlier, in which Miss Paula and I go in and about once every other month we go to the Van Buren County Jail and put on a program to the inmates to try to help them make better decisions, because, you know, they've made a bad decision. That's why they're there. But let's see if we can't make a better one in the future. We did our On My Own right there with the financial. We did getting a job, about filling out resumes and things like that. We did a program, you know, after I get out, what then? You know, we just try our best to work with everybody to try to make the citizens of Van Buren County's lives better.
I was also impressed with some of the things that the Family and Consumer Science programs and information deal with: diabetes self-management, living well with chronic conditions. I mean, it's just, I mean, you guys are so involved, like you said, in not just, some people think 4-H and agriculture. It's like you said, it's all about a way of life and being a part of helping families, inmates, find a better way.
That's our goal. I mean, our goal is to provide some real life solutions. You know, that's our tagline, real life solutions. And we want to try to provide some real life solutions to the citizens of Van Buren County to make their lives better. And in turn, it'll make our lives better because, you know, we're from Van Buren County. You know, I live there. So if I make somebody else's life better, it's going to make my life better.
I noticed that you said schools are so important for the relationship that you've got there. You guys are in so many different grades. Almost, it seems like looking at your calendar on the website, you know, on a weekly basis. And so that's just so important, like you said, to really impact students, kids of all walks of life at an early age to make those positive reinforcing steps, right?
Well, we want to try to get in there to show them how to make some of those good ethical decisions. You know, how to be responsible, because we know that the youth is the future, and if you can help development at that age, when they get my age, they're going to make good decisions, and that's what we want.
As we wrap up here, you've mentioned the Facebook page, being able to do that. You've mentioned the website. Anything else that folks here, as we've probably got a minute left, that you'd like to be able to let them know?
Well, we'd just like for you to use us. I mean, I tell people all the time, you know, that's what we're here for. We're here for you to use us. And if you've got a question, we'll find an answer. Even if it doesn't fit our cup of tea, so to speak, we will put you in the right direction to find that answer, because that's what we're here for.
Chris Binkley, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Brian. I really
appreciate your staff and all that you guys do in Van Buren County and Spencer.
Thank you.
We're back with more Table Talk right after this.